everybody. This is Roctavia Rose with Rock News UK, and I am here tonight with the Hot Damn. I'm going to throw it over on to you to introduce yourself and the rest of the bandmates that aren't with us currently right now.
Thank you so much. So I'm Lizzie, I'm the bass player in the Hot Damn, and my imaginary friends, who I'm definitely in a band with, are Jill Montgomery, Laurie Buchanan, and Josie O'Toole. But right now I'm Billy No Mates.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for popping on with us tonight. And it was short notice too, so
no worries. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys. So Andy, my partner over in the UK, he told me about you guys. I think he's been to a couple of your shows to photograph.
Yeah, I think he was at the Camden Underworld show in London.
Yeah, it looked like you had a pretty good time, and you guys put on a pretty hot live show.
That show was amazing. Actually, that was the show when, because we've not been like together all that long, and you know we've not played that many shows up until quite recently, and we were sort of like, we were going, you know, panicking, well not panicking, but like worried a little bit, like, oh, how's it gonna go, is it gonna be all right, you know, because it was the first show of like I think 3 dates that we did, like a little mini sort of run, and we were all going like, oh my god, how's it gonna go, like, are we gonna be okay, you know? And that was the first show that like we played the first track, and we all kind of looked around at each other and we were like, oh oh, that went well. So it's like, I think we sort of mark it as the first kind of show that we all kind of really felt like connected as a band properly. So that was a really, really good show. Really enjoyed that one. And I think it was the first outing of our new single, I Didn't Like You Anyway. So that was the first time we played it there too.
Awesome. So let's do this. Let's travel back into time a little bit. We'll hop in the time machine, and let's go to the beginning. Can you tell us what inspired you when you were younger to become a musician, and tell us a little bit about how that affected your stance in the band?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been musical. My parents put me through piano lessons, probably much to the pain of their ears at the time when I was quite young. So I've always been musical and played in like, you know, the school choirs and orchestras and things like that. But it wasn't until I was like maybe like 12 or something like that, and I was hanging out with my friend at her house from school, and her dad was a drummer, and we raided like her brother's CD collection, and we came across this really weird looking album that was like this naked baby in a swimming pool. We were like, what? Like, what's that? That's weird. Like, I bet that sounds really weird. Like, boys like in music and all that, like, you know, as you do when you're a kid. And like until like this point, I think I'd really only ever had like Spice Girls albums.
Nice.
I mean, I'm actually regressing, and now we're all still massive fans of the Spice Girls in the Hot Damn. But at that point, I'd like never ever heard music like that before. Like I'd never heard any sort of heavy music, and like when I heard Smells Like Teen Spirit for the first time, I was like, oh my god, like what? Where has this been all my life? Like I can't believe music can sound like that. So from that point, I had to play guitar, I had to play bass, I had to play drums, like everything I could get my hands on. And I played in bands, and I tried everything. I sucked at pretty much everything, you know, as you do when you're a kid. And then I kind of like settled on the bass. And I was like, well, this is kind of cool. It's a bit different to guitar, but still kind of looks as cool as playing guitar, because obviously it's 90% all about looks, isn't it? And then I was like, but that guy in Nirvana looks really awesome. Like I could be like that too, you know, this like 7 foot tall bass player. I was like, oh. I mean, I have to grow a few inches, but yeah. And from that, I guess really, then we kind of just hung out, made friends from it as well, because it was more like a social thing too at that point. You go to all the gigs together, you hang out with your best friends, and you play music together. And I just don't think I ever grew up. I'm still doing it, and I'm loving it.
There's nothing wrong with staying in contact with your inner child or keeping a connection there. Don't
Absolutely
grow up,
not.
It's a trap. Do not.
Right. Right. I believe that. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Uh-huh.
Real. Anyway, can you tell I don't feel like adulting today? Oh my God.
I've just come back from tour. I've got work tomorrow morning, and I'm having a beer. And I'm just like, is this adult? Because I don't think it is.
I got a little fun mixed in here too.
That looks amazing. That receptacle is life. I love it.
I like sparkly things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I guess we kind of a little bit just then touch base on your musical heroes, I suppose. Yeah. Unless there's anybody else that you want to bring into the picture that you really feel like had any kind of inspirations on the bass specifically, or?
Well, I mean, the band have such like crazy different influences, which we all seem to kind of unite, like weirdly, we all seem to unite on liking. Like, so me and Jill are kind of more into like the heavy stuff, like, the metal, the rock, glam, punk, all of that kind of thing. Laurie and Josie are more like into sort of like the softer pop kind of things, and Josie's actually super into like punk rock and like pop punk and all that. So we got like quite varied influences, but then we sort of joined together on certain things. So the Spice Girls, we all love the Spice Girls. We all love like 80s pop, like girl pop, like Cyndi Lauper. We love Shania Twain.
Yay.
She's such a babe. She's a babe. So we really do. Like Avril Lavigne, we listen to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Avril does not age.
She doesn't.
She doesn't.
I don't know how she does it, but she certainly doesn't age at all. No.
She's like the Paul Rudd of like female.
Yeah, she is.
She's not age.
I know. She is crazy. It's crazy. But then also like we're all big fans of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes. So
we also really like Alaska Thunderfuck.
Yes, Alaska is my favorite.
Oh my God, ours too. So we've been listening to all of her albums on this last tour.
Fantastic.
Like back to back. And yeah, it's life. We love it. We just like having fun, really.
Oh, you guys seem fun already. And how long have I been talking to you? All of, 5 minutes? This is not a watch. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the band name, The Hot Damn, and then the exclamation mark too. I love the extra flair there. Can you tell us like how you guys came up with everything? Like, what was that process?
Yes, I was thinking about this actually the other day, which is quite weird. So we were sitting in a pub across the road, and this was at the time when we were still sort of like jamming and figuring stuff out and everything like that. And we were like, we had two contenders. Jill made a list of about 300 band names. Like, I can't even think of one band name. I'm not very good at that kind of thing. And basically, we had to like go through them all and pick. And I think we all narrowed it down to two. And one of them was like Salt, Sweat, Sugar. And the other one was The Hot Damn. And I think 3 out of the 4 of us were just The Hot Damn. That's the best band name we've ever heard. We love it. It's so great. And the other one was like, I like it, but I prefer Salt, Sweat, Sugar, but we can call the album The Hot Damn. And we were like, no, like Salt, Sweat, Sugar sounds like an album name, and The Hot Damn sounds like hot damn, like just sounds awesome. It sounds like, yeah, you do it better. You do it better than I do. You do it way better. But yeah, so it's it kind of was a list that was narrowed down from about 300 band names to two, and we were just sitting having a beer and kind of hashing it out, seeing what came up, and we were just like, hot damn sounds wicked. It sounds like, you know, when you walk into a room, we want people to go, hot damn, you know?
Yeah.
When they hear us, you know, it's like that's what people say when they hear us. That's what people say when they see what we, you know, see what our visuals are like, and, you know, just the whole package. We thought it described it very well.
Awesome. So that's kind of what segued into that exclamation mark has to be there, because you can't, that like emphasis.
Exactly. It's more of an exclamation than a band name.
There you go. And like the opportunities for merch with a name that's that bold, like bright colors, check print, a lot of hot pink. I'm all about it.
Have you seen our merch?
Haven't yet.
Okay, well, you've basically just described it. So
hell yeah.
We've got a tie-dye merch line, which started off like a bit of a gimmicky thing, like a bit of a sort of lighthearted, you know, no one's gonna buy this, you know, everyone wants black t-shirts and, you know, all of the standard stuff. And it turns out that everyone wanted the tie-dye, and it's hand done by the band as well. It's not like we don't buy it in, we do it ourselves. Well, Josie does it.
Pretty awesome.
She's the only one with a bathtub.
I actually have a friend that would probably love your merch. Like, he lives, breathes, sleeps, and eats tie-dye. Like,
no way. Well, we ship to the States, so
fantastic. I'll have to like put him on it, because, you know, that's his personality too. He's a pretty tie-dye kind of guy. So
nice. He's gonna love it. But it's great because now when we play shows, we can see who all our fans are, because they turn up in tie-dye. And some of them, you know, we've got like tie-dye sweatpants, we've got tie-dye t-shirts, hoodies, hats, socks. We've got everything. And some people turn up head to toe.
I love how you're like branding everybody too. That's pretty wicked. That's awesome.
It's a movement. It's a cult.
All right. So far with the band and your journey, can you tell us what has been one of your most memorable moments or experiences so far?
Wow, it's really difficult to pinpoint one, but I think I could say that Stone Dead Festival that we played in August, end of August, I'd say that was a highlight because that was our first big show. And Chris and the team that run it are amazing. They always look after us so well. So that first big festival, that was great. That was a really memorable moment, I think. I've already said the Underworld show as well, when we sort of realized that, you know, oh, actually we sound pretty decent, you know. It was one of those moments. So that was really memorable. But we've as I said, we've just come back off tour with a band called the Dust Coder, who we were supporting. Yeah. And I think honestly every single day of that tour, we were just in stitches, just laughing, joking, having a great time. We describe the Hot Damn as like a touring bachelorette party.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we're just the most, like, we have fun. So we're hoping that everyone else does too. But it was just nonstop good times, good vibes. So those three, I think. I know I'm cheating a little bit saying three, but I'm trying to cover everyone's, you know. So
yeah, we actually did a write-up on the Dust Coder.
Oh, did you?
A little while back, yeah.
They're such good boys.
I'll probably have to have them on for one of these live, well, not live, interviews, because it was just a write-up. So yeah, thanks for.
No, they're such nice guys, really fun. We had such a good time with them, so you'll have a great time with them on the show, I'm sure.
Awesome. So speaking of like touring and things of that nature, can you tell us what your dream tour looks like? I know.
Wow. Well, I mean, you know,
the world, into the universe. Maybe it'll come true, you know?
You know, like what Kiss do? Like, imagine that, but with our branding. um, that would be the dream, obviously. Of course it would. But, there's, making it as a rock star doesn't seem to really exist anymore. So really, I think everyone's dream for the band would be touring the product, touring the band, touring an album, whatever, but at a level where, the fans are still selling out the shows, and we're just, I don't know, doing some nice venues and, having a great time. I think that's the dream tour for us. It would just be a headline sellout tour around the world, obviously. And just kind of having a nice time with it, meeting fans, chilling out, laughing, joking.
So who would your opening band be? Who would you want to either have as an opening band, or who would you want to open for?
Oh, wow. That's a difficult question. Can it be anybody, or?
Yeah, dream big. Shoot for the moon.
Well, dead or alive. I would love to have the Spice Girls open for us. I would like to have the Spice Girls, Alaska Thunderfuck, and the Hot Damn. That'd be the dream. Or Roxette. How great is Roxette?
Yeah, that would be a pretty kick-ass tour. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I would get tickets immediately.
Yeah, and they're so fun.
I'd be at multiple Tucker shows, multiple cities.
Right. You could just come with us. You could come with us, Roctavia. Just come on the bus. It'll be fine.
That would be great. I'll handle I'll get all the media for the shows, like all the videos,
yes,
and like put out all your promos and stuff.
Yes.
All the pictures. You'll be your photographer.
I love how this plan is coming together.
Right? That's why I'm here.
I love this plan. I love it.
Oh, what else? So like my question is tell us a little bit more about your music and the overall message that you're trying to relay with it.
Well, I think our latest single has quite an obvious message to it. I wouldn't want to be one of our ex-boyfriends right now. Lol. But I think what we're trying to do is just create like fun rock music that's inclusive and just everyone can have a good time to and dance. Like, the world's got enough serious bands, Yeah. And we just want to be fun. We want people to have fun. We want to have fun. And we want it to be just an enjoyable experience for everyone. Like, just to have a great time. That's really the message,
That's a great message. Yeah, like seeing as how all the stuff the world has been through in the past, almost 2 years now.
Yeah. I think that really fueled it for us because we started during lockdown. So, I mean, Laurie, Josie, and Jill were in a previous band together, or sort of an amalgamation of two previous bands that turned into one previous band, if that makes sense. So they were all in the Amorettes and Tequila Mockingbird, which joined together to create like the same band that fulfilled certain shows, kind of thing. And then I know Josie because we've got a mutual friend, and she actually lives down the road from me, but we've never met each other before, which was really weird because there aren't very many female musicians in the world.
Right.
So especially where we live, we live in just the not middle of nowhere, but like suburbia, like not too far away from London, but far enough, So we were like, why the hell didn't we know each other before now? And then we went for a couple of drinks, had a chat or whatever, and kind of like I was in the middle of buying a house and moving out of London, and sort of we stopped chatting for a bit, and then all of a sudden she's like, do you want to come for a jam? And I'm like, great, yeah, okay, sure, you know. And then we sort of hung out, and it kind of was apparent that we'd all get on quite well, even though we'd not met each other properly. But we were all like kind of over Zoom and this and that because of obviously the pandemic, and we went into lockdown in March last year. So we were like, everything's so depressing right now. Like it's not even just in the UK. It's like, you know, you can talk to anyone from anywhere in the world and talk about COVID, and everyone knows what you're talking about. Like, when has that ever happened before? You know,
never.
It's very few things that you can have a conversation with anyone all over the world.
Yeah, never in the lifetimes of the people who are currently walking this planet.
Exactly.
Has anything this substantially epic and life-altering
exactly
ever happened to us?
No.
Whole.
No. It's just insane. So we were like, well, everything's so miserable and depressing right now. Let's do something fun. And I think that really did sort of influence the way that the songs come together, because they're very bouncy and upbeat. And I think it was just the mirror image of what really was happening. We even did a live stream gig in December, January last year, and it was just at the time when we were all told that Christmas was cancelled. It was the day we were told Christmas was cancelled. We were like trying to be all like fun and like upbeat. We were all like, oh, Christmas is cancelled, you know. So if we've kind of made a difference by putting some upbeat, fun, bouncy music into people's lives, then we've done a good thing. So,
well, thank you for that. It's much appreciated. Much appreciated, like, for real. All the positive, happy, joyful things that, like, I think that nowadays it's easy to be kind of cynical about, are deeply needed and wanted, and we need it.
Yeah, we do.
I kind of feel like this year, like, I don't know if it's just me. I've been kind of like dragging since my my booster shot. I don't know what's up, but like I haven't gotten that Christmassy spirit.
Yeah.
So like I've popped on, like earlier today, I popped on some like music and stuff, and I've been making like Christmassy playlists, and like there's something about some really good music that kind of,
yeah, totally,
not the hokey stuff, but the really good stuff that's well put together, like, because it's so easy to kind of transition into like corny things sometimes musically.
Yeah.
But when you have that really good Christmas music that just like lifts you up from the inside out, like it changed a whole lot. Like I had my playlist going, I was starting to listen to some of your stuff, because I like to do a roll through really quick before the people I talk to. So like it helped a lot.
Oh, well, I'm glad. Thank you.
Much appreciated.
It's just, it is a bleak time, and until this blows over, we've just got to get the fun where we can, huh?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree. On that note, can you tell us of any like kind of interesting setbacks musically, even if it was before the band, or it could be during your time with the band currently, any setbacks or any adversity that you've had to overcome, and just tell us about it, like how you coped, how you managed.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the obvious one, isn't there? And starting a band during a pandemic.
Well, yeah.
Which
that's pretty ballsy. That's pretty courageous, right there.
Yeah. I mean, there were bands that were, you know, folding left, right, and center, and we thought, no, we're going to start one. This seems like a good time. But it's, I think that in itself was an adversity, but it had subsequent adversities that came along with it, of course. So just not being able to get together I don't know whether you know our geographical issues, but so Josie and I,
I haven't.
Yeah, so we are all over the country. So Jill is in Scotland.
Okay.
Josie and I are the west side of London, and Laurie is the east side of London. Yeah, so it's not like we've got a little rehearsal room we can get together in regularly. We have to really plan this out, you know. So we've got the geographical stuff, which was amplified by the pandemic because no one could travel, especially not those kind of distances. So I don't really think anything else has come close to that, really. But you know, we got over it by, you know, we tried writing online for a bit, which kind of, some bits worked, some bits didn't. It was quite tricky for us, but it didn't really work for us too well. It's just a bit, I don't know, your life's on Zoom, isn't it? You don't want to make your creative life on Zoom as well during that time. So we kind of got a bit stuck with that. But we found like a middle ground for everybody, where Jill could meet us halfway. And we just kind of worked from there, really. So we kind of triumphed over the adversity, just, I guess, by being patient with it, and trying to find workarounds where we could. We always used to just get online and have a laugh. You know, we used to have like meetings and things like that where we just used to just get online and just have a laugh and a joke and play around with you. We use Facebook Messenger for the video stuff, so they've got some really stupid filters that you can use, and we were just being really silly, essentially, just playing with those. And yeah, it was good fun. I mean, we couldn't do anything about it. We just had to try the best we could, and when restrictions were lifting enough where we could travel, we did travel. We managed to, you know, get the first single done and the video, and release it pretty much all during a lockdown. Yeah, it was all during a lockdown. So there might have been a little bit of, I think actually we did the video just as things were starting to lift for the first time. But
Tell us more about the video and that process.
Oh, well, we wanted the video to be something between Van Halen's Hot for Teacher video and a kid's birthday party. So we essentially got a load of inflatable like animal, like props basically, and then we had like palm trees and flamingos and, you know, joke microphones and things like that, you know, and it was basically just us messing around with that. And the guys that did it, they're incredible, a company called Video Inc. And they somehow turned our glitter curtained inflatable video into something that looks so fun. And they did such an amazing bit of production on it. So we filmed it in Liverpool in April. And Liverpool in April is very cold.
Yes. I was about to say that sounds like really fun, and then you said Liverpool, April. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. And it was on an industrial complex right on the docks as well. So it was very cold. But we just had a white room, and we just threw paint at each other, played with inflatables, slut dropped a banana, and somehow we got an amazing video out of it. I mean, I say somehow, I mean, the guys were just awesome. Yeah, it was a really grueling day though as well, but it's always fun, isn't it? And then you see the end result and you're like, yeah, that captured the moment perfectly.
Okay. That, like, I'm still gonna say that sounds like a good time, because it sounds like
it was a good time.
Even though the weather, yeah. I love everything about what you just said. Okay. We have like similar like personalities. I'm just a big kid inside sometimes. So
Well, as you say, growing up's a trap.
yeah, anything that kind of relates to a bounce house or anything of that nature and or feel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%.
Or laser tag. That's my jam.
Oh yeah, I love laser tag.
And cosmic bowling.
Is that like neon bowling? Everything's neon.
I guess. Okay, so like cosmic bowling is when they take this kick-ass soundtrack and pair it with like bowling balls that react to black light, and the lanes and everything else reacts to black light, and it's just this like, cool trippy night, and like friends. It's like we're still in the same bowling alley that was like regular like 5 minutes ago, but like it goes cosmic, like they switch over, they flip the switch, and then you're like I don't know what it is, but it's a lot of fun.
We've got crazy golf like that.
So like black light react. Okay, that sounds like a good time.
Really fun. And you can drink, which obviously makes it even more fun.
Well, you can pop over there.
I think you do, yeah.
That's a good time. I'll check out a couple of shows and then crazy golf it is. So speaking of, what would be your like ideal place to like play a gig? Like what would be your favorite venue? And or you could pick an event too, like if you have a specific anything.
I would love to headline somewhere like Download Festival or like Lollapalooza or something like that. That would be amazing. But a long way off, I think, if at all. Or like, I don't know, like I've never done a stadium gig, obviously, on my track record of doing, really big shows. So I think I'd like to do like an arena or a stadium or something like that. That would be amazing, such an experience. And just knowing that like all those people are there for like your band, that would blow my mind, to be fair.
It is an electrifying feeling, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Keep speaking into existence, and you never know what can happen with it.
Exactly. Keep that touring bachelorette party on the road, and people will love it eventually.
Hey, I'm not gonna. Trouble loves company. Anyway, what is your most exciting kind of revelation? What is your most loved thing about playing a gig? What do you love most?
I love when our intro music starts.
Yeah.
So we've got, I mean, like you've probably gathered with the rest of what I've said about our band, we're quite silly. And we've got very silly intro music, which is basically like, some sort of like dance thing that just says hot damn over and over again. So when that moment happens and like, we start dancing, basically, we dance through the crowd onto the stage and it gets sillier each time. And then when we get to the stage and then there's a countdown on that intro track from 5 to 1. At that point, that's the most exciting part for me because it like the anticipation, I know the first track of the set's going to kick in a minute.
Yeah.
And it's just that sort of, we're on the countdown and we're ready to go. That's
awesome. That's where I would, if it were me, I'd be side stage kind of like pogoing, like out there, like, and just burst out onto the stage. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So I don't know. There's something about a really good intro track. Like, it's smart when bands pick their intro music wisely because that sets the tone of the night. I love that you bought that out. I love that you mentioned that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I hope you get to come to a show one day because
I would love to. I hope so too. I hope I make it back like around the world and stuff like that. Like, one of the best times I had before everything kind of like was traveling for the first time just before the pandemic. So
oh wow.
I use my passport for the first time in 2019, and I'm glad that I did.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we're gonna kind of this is our last question before my like kind of goofy sign off question.
Sure. I like the sound of that question.
So I was hoping that you can like, I know we touched base on it earlier, but I was hoping that you could elaborate a little bit more on your newest single, I Didn't Like You Anyway.
It's about when a partner is a dick to you. And it's our way of kind of, you know, everyone on the planet has had someone behave badly towards them.
Yeah.
You know? And it's our way of going, you know what? That was really shit. But when life gives you lemons, write a hit song out of it and have fun with it and turn it into a positive and create joy from that. And I can't wait for you to see the video, because we've gone like full scale silly on that. You know, we've gone full scale silly on that. So it's just it's about a shit situation that we flipped on its head and gone, yeah, well, you know what? I didn't like you anyway. So
I love it. On that note, with the whole goofy kind of fun vibe of everything, I have to ask, if you could be any cartoon character ever,
okay,
which cartoon character would you choose to be and why?
I reckon I would be Sonic the Hedgehog, because he's badass. He's blue and he can run really fast. Like who wouldn't want that? I mean, you'd save a fortune in travel, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, and he's just
always cashing those checks too, because he's always running up
right.
On, like always.
Exactly, and he's always collecting those rings as well. So he's got a few quid.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for spending all this time with us today. I think we've chatted for about an hour or so today. I think we had a good long talk. So thanks for everything and being here with us tonight. And
no worries. Thank you so much for having us.
Not a problem.
Me and my imaginary friends.
Yeah. And again, I'm hoping I can get over and see a live show, because it looked like it was a good time. Again, I reiterate, from the pictures that Andy got out there. So I'm gonna give you the floor though now. If you could give us everything that everybody needs to know, like your socials or anything that you would like to tell the people, now's the time to chat to your international.
Yeah. Well, our new single, I Didn't Like You Anyway, is out now. Video to follow. You can follow us on Instagram at The Hot Damn UK. You can follow us on Facebook, search The Hot Damn. We're on Twitter at The Hot Damn UK as well. And we're on TikTok as well. So just follow us, love us, like us, laugh at us. We love all of those things. Talk to us, comment, come say hey. We don't bite.
All right. This has been Roctavia Rose with Rock News UK and our chat with The Hot Damn. Please do stream their music. Check them out wherever you can. And take care of yourselves. Thanks, guys. Bye.